Welcome to our weekly update on Market Insider. I'm Siyamak, and this is your update this week. Today, we're going to talk about housing. A lot of people are wondering whether the housing costs and prices will drop significantly. A lot of young people are hoping to buy new homes, and in coastal areas, it's almost impossible for first-time home buyers, and especially young people. There is a phenomenon right now that actually parents are giving their kids their inheritance early by giving them a big down payment to buy a home, especially in California. Now, will the housing costs drop significantly from here? There's some data out there that is showing that home prices are not appreciating as much as inflation. So prices are slowing down. At the same time, foreclosures are on the rise. There are reports out there that are showing foreclosures are up double digits compared to last year. But when we look at the information on foreclosures, when we look at where they're coming from record lows. And while people are hoping, a lot of young people are hoping there's going to be another scenario like 2008, I think it's highly unlikely that we're going to see something like 2008. When 2008 happened, there was a lot of foreclosures. And the foreclosures caused the price of homes to drop significantly. The way foreclosures work is people can't afford to pay the mortgage, they don't have much equity in the home, and they decide to give the keys back to the bank. The banks take the property, and because they are not in the business of property management, they want to sell them as fast as possible and walk away with whatever they can. And in 2008, this happened exactly with the same way. Banks sold a lot of properties in the market, and as a result of it, the price dropped 30 to 40%. In some markets, even more than 40%. Now, why this may not happen this time is because right now, the homeowner equity is significantly higher than 2008. Homeowners on average have about 70% of equity in their homes. In 2008, it was 40%. So the chances of significant number of them walk away from their homes, give the keys to the bank, is slim. And there is some other data that just came out that sellers are pulling their homes up market. And the number of sellers that are pulling their homes is going up. In April, it was 5.8%. 5.8% of sellers decided to not sell. And in some markets, like Atlanta, it was 10%. San Jose was 9.3%. And in Los Angeles and Dallas, it was 7.8%. When we take a look at what's happening with sellers right now, a lot of them, the ones that hold a mortgage, half of their mortgages are under 4%. And these mortgages are locked for 30 years. For them to give up this mortgage might cost them a lot of money. So let's take a look. Let's take a $400,000 home. At 4% mortgage, you're paying about $1,500 a month. If you sell that home today and walk away and buy a new home at $400,000, and get a mortgage at 6.5%, you're actually going to spend $2,000 a month on that, about $2,000 a month. That's going to add up to about $180,000 over the 30 years lifetime of the mortgage. You're going to pay $180,000 more. And the chances are you're not going to see a 4% mortgage rate again in your lifetime. So a lot of the sellers are looking at this and they're wondering, should they sell or not? At the same time, there is a transaction cost in real estate. 5 to 6% will go to the transaction cost when somebody's selling a home. So for a $400,000 home, you could be losing about $24,000, which is a lot for a homeowner. When we put all of this together, a lot of these homeowners decide to just go and rent their home, or if they're going to buy a new home, maybe even have to rent that home, but they're willing to just do that and not sell. On top of all of this, there is a phenomenon in America that a lot of people may not know. It's unique to America. It's a 30-year mortgage. Even though it's something common for us when we can fix the interest rate for 30 years, around the world, in many other developed countries like UK, Canada, Europe, New Zealand, Australia, they don't have this kind of fixed mortgage rate that we have. So a lot of these homeowners are looking at their 4%, 3% fixed mortgage rate for 30 years, and they're using it as a tool to fight inflation. But what we are talking about right now is the resale market in the housing market. There is a builder market too. There are new homes that are being built by builders. And there's a lot of hope that because there's demand, the builders will come in and build millions of homes. Right now, there are some numbers out there that are saying there's a 3.7 to 4.7 million shortage of homes. In some cases, there are numbers as much as 10 million homes. Now, can the builders come and build and change this equation and bring affordability to housing? One significant thing that's happening right now, which is very odd, if you look at this chart, right now, new homes cost as much as resale ones. There's no premium for new homes. A decade ago, there was a 30+% premium for a new home. Imagine buying a new car and actually having it at the same price as a used one. And this is what's happening right now in the housing market, which means that these builders are getting squeezed on the price that they can sell at. And builders have learned a big lesson from 2008, not to build significant batch at once. Before they build 10,000 homes, instead of doing that, they go and buy 500 lots, build 500 lots, sell the 500 lots, and do that again, instead of going and building 10,000 lots and hoping to sell them all at once. As a result of it, they're not flooding the market with inventory. At the same time, the cost of building has gone up significantly. You all know about the inflation after the COVID. So cost of materials have gone up significantly, cost of labor has gone up significantly, and the builders themselves are getting squeezed. Even though there is significant demand, but the demand is not at the price that makes the builders significantly well off. As a result of it, they're not building as much as they should. When we put all of this together, I don't think the housing market will have a significant decline. You tell us what you think. I'm Siyamak. This is Market Insider. We'll see you next week.